Item 8E above 8D, PV 16004, vacation of lots in Cortland Park subdivision, Melrose, Brantley, and Reed, 256 to 259 in your packet. Mr. Sammons, you have the floor, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, by the way. Cortland Park subdivision was originally platted in April 24th, 1926. It consisted of 82 lots on 20.63 acres. There are no roads developed there. There's no construction out there. Mr. Brantley and Reed want to vacate all the subdivision except for one lot at the moment and a portion of the paper street on the north to provide paper access to that lot, although it's my understanding that they're close to getting that lot also. This is a classic example of an antiquated subdivision which the comprehensive plan encourages the county to get rid of. That is exactly what we're doing. We have checked with the electric company. There's no issues with easements or anything like that. So staff's recommending approval of the vacation of the subdivision except for Lot 8 and the access easement to that for that lot.
Thank you, Mr. Sammons. I have a question for you.
Sure.
You said there was one lot that they're trying to get to bring this into to get rid of the subdivision title on that too?
Yes.
Okay. Is there some way we can approve that in advance of that if they get that? If we choose to do that?
No.
I didn't think so.
All right, good. Okay, Mr. Brantley, Mr. Reed, do y'all want to speak about this, or you're satisfied with staff's presentation? Okay. Does anybody in the audience would like to speak in favor of it? How about anybody against it? Okay, commissioners, let's have deliberations.
I move approval of staff recommendations, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We have a proper motion by Commissioner Lible and a second by Commissioner Stillwell. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Case closed. Okay, go back. Thank you all very much for your patience today.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy local government in action. Okay, item D, R16003 zoning map. Mike, a very limited brief.
This will be brief. Commissioner, R16003, applicant is Putnam County. It's a zoning map amendment to change parcel of land from C1 to public use P1. Yes. The parcel is located at 1433 County Road 309 in Georgetown, Florida. Really, here's a aerial picture of it, the zoning and future land use. Future land use of the parcel is CN. This is originally property that was purchased under Florida Communities Trust, if you recall, a number of years ago for the county to develop a park. County initiated rezoning of this and other parcels in 2015, I believe. Staff made a mistake and left this parcel out of the legal description. So this is a cleanup. It's just to bring this parcel in consistent with the rezoning from C1 to public use 1. It's consistent with the comp plan, consistent with the requirements we have under the agreement with Florida Communities Trust for purchasing the property. Staff recommends approval of the rezoning.
All right,
any
thank
questions?
Mr. Chairman, before continuing, I'm obligated, since this is a rezoning, to advise it's quasi-judicial proceeding in nature, and any ex parte communication should be disclosed at this time.
Has any commissioner had any comments with Putnam County over Putnam County? There, how's that?
Yeah, this. So
Concerning this topic.
Am I reading you right? We can't talk to ourselves?
Well,
Can we
It's
think about
perfectly
it?
normal, you know.
I do it all the time, but
Okay.
That's a confusing
Commissioner
signal
Pickens,
from
have you
council.
had any ex parte?
Not on this one, no.
Commissioner Stillwell?
No.
Commissioner Goddard?
no.
Commissioner Lible?
Yes,
Okay.
lots of
You
it.
hear voices?
I was here when we bought it, and sure, I've had
Okay.
plenty of conversations. This is the Georgetown Park, if you all
Right.
know, and we're actually, well, go on.
Okay. All right, is there anybody in the public
Well,
that would like?
let me clarify this. I've had people ask me what's happening with that piece of property.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
So,
All right, is there anybody in the public would like to speak in favor of this? Seeing none, anybody opposed? Seeing none, we will close the public meeting and go to commissioner deliberations. Commissioners,
I'll move to approve.
approve it. All right, we have a proper motion by Commissioner Goddard,
I'll
Second.
it.
second by two people, Commissioner Pickens and Lible. And so we'll take a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. It carries. Thank you. Okay, appointments. You have some in front of you. I am working on somebody that I want to bring back to you soon for the Northeast Regional Planning Council. Is there any other people that you would like to appoint to any of these? And consider you also have the new waterways that Commissioner Lible is being the chairman of. And if there's anything that we need to fix, we can clean up today.
Have we received a letter from Mr. Theobald Sr. on resigning from the Parks and Recreation Board, Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Well, his term has expired, so we don't need a
Okay, I
letter.
have an appointment there for his son,
Joe?
Mr. Theobald, to take his place.
Good choice.
That's a very good choice.
Yep.
All right, so we'll take all these in one big fell swoop if there's
Okay.
anybody else. Commissioners, is
So
there any?
that's Joe Theobald.
Joe Theobald?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
Um,
Go right ahead, Commissioner.
can we go down the list on Planning Commission?
Okay,
I'd like to nominate Tom DeSantis, District 1, and then also spoke with Susan Neal Roberts, nominate her also.
okay.
And then on the Zoning Board of Adjustments, at large, Ronnie West.
Okay. Okay, commissioners, or is there? Commissioner Lible, are you still willing to serve on the Putnam Clay Flagler Economic Opportunity Council?
Yes.
Okay, we can nominate Commissioner Lible for that.
And if somebody else wants it, I'm open for that, too.
And I will still, if you don't mind, I would like to continue serving at Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee. So if I'm hearing nobody else, let me get this straight. Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, we will appoint Joe Theobald, Planning Commission Tom DeSantis, at-large Susan Roberts, Zoning Board of Adjustments Ron West, Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee Larry Harvey, Putnam Clay Flagler Economic Opportunity Council Commissioner Chip Lible. Is there anything else? All right, hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
I make the motion, we accept these
Gotta get in that
nominees.
microphone.
Is that right? I make the motion, we accept these nominees.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Pickens, second by Commissioner Goddard. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes. County Administrator, Mr. Rick Leary.
I have one item that we did not have an opportunity to get on the agenda, sir. There has been some expression of desire to have a joint meeting with Marion County Board of Commissioners and separately with the Alachua County Board of Commissioners. Recent statutory change provides that prior to setting those meetings, that the board needs to adopt a resolution indicating its desire to do so. And once you have adopted a resolution, then we can proceed to coordinate a meeting with those two respective county commission boards at a mutually agreeable time and place. But we have prepared a resolution that has just been distributed to you that does indicate your desire to have those joint meetings. And if you adopt that, then we'll proceed to arrange those meetings.
Mr. Attorney, I have one question, and it just came to mind, or I would have already brought this to you, but this will limit us to Marion and Alachua County, but what if we wanted to reach out to other counties? Do we have to amend this resolution, or can we?
It would have to be amended. You need to state which jurisdictions.
Okay.
But
Okay.
they do have to be contiguous with Putnam County.
They have to touch us. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
according to that new law, which
Okay.
allows this, it allows it for contiguous counties.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mr.
Commissioners, you have a resolution in front of you. What's your pleasure?
I move approval of the resolution.
We have a proper motion by Commissioner Lible. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Goddard seconded it. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Thank you very much. County-
Mr. Chairman, if I might, a note on that matter, with that law that did just change, one thing to keep in mind is that in that meeting, you won't be able to take official action.
Okay,
Of course not.
Just,
just have conversation,
right.
public conversation. Good. All right, County Attorney, well, Mr. Leary, do you have anything else?
Nothing else, thank you.
County Attorney?
I do have one item. Excuse me. One of the other things we discussed besides the joint meeting at the last workshop in December was that the Tourist Development Council, back in your December 13th board meeting, I believe it was, the board voted to appoint Commissioner Lible on the Tourist Development Council. And since that time, as I advised in the workshop, I did some research into it, and although the statute would allow that, the county's own ordinance doesn't. The county's own ordinance requires that the chair be the Board of County Commissioner representative on the Tourist Development Council. So what I would ask at this point is that a motion be made to rescind the action appointing Commissioner Lible to that Tourist Development Council, and acknowledging that the chair will be the representative on that council.
All right, commissioners?
Okay, I'll make sure I got this right. I move to amend the motion for
Rescind the prior action.
rescind the motion of Commissioner Lible on the board and to reinstate Commissioner Harvey on the board.
Well, that works.
The chairman's automatic, so that's fine.
Yeah, it would be rescinding the prior action appointing Commissioner Lible on that.
So Commissioner Goddard has made a motion.
Of some type.
Yeah, you did. Do we have a second for that motion?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Pickens is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The ayes have it. Okay, is that all you have, Mr. Manning?
I believe so.
Okay. Clerk of the Court, Tim Smith is
I have
not-
nothing today, sir.
Wait, I haven't made it down to you. Commissioner Lible, do you have anything?
I do.
Okay.
I would like to ask staff at a future workshop, not a date particular, that we could get oriented with the districts that Marion and Alachua counties reside in and respect to their Department of Transportation district and their regional council districts and anything associated that might lend to the conversation, the joint meeting that we might have.
Good move.
And
Very good.
just kind of, exploratory deal. We could get maps and anything, visuals that we could have at the workshop that would show maybe potential benefit for us to lock arms.
I agree. All right, Commissioner Goddard, is that all you have, Commissioner Lible?
That's it.
Okay, Commissioner Goddard, anything?
No, I have nothing.
Commissioner Stillwell?
I don't know if it's appropriate, but the Dog Branch Road, can we put that on a workshop, or is that something no, never mind.
Dog Branch Canal?
Dog Branch Canal.
You know, what would,
It'll come up in our transportation meeting at the end of the
Okay,
month.
all right.
So that's a pretty good time to do that and
Okay.
have that conversation at that point.
Okay, very well.
Commissioner Pickens?
The only thing I'd like to say, I guess we stayed here long enough, we just have one,
Well, Brandon's a...
two people in the audience. I think it's exciting what could happen with the Seminole project as far as Putnam County from the jobs created for the construction, the permanent jobs it'll provide, and definitely the tax base. So anyway, excited about that.
It's a win-win for the county. and
Yes, it is.
We're looking
on
forward.
that
to-
same note,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Leary, they said it was all, the signal, the traffic signal, which is on North 17, particularly in foggy situations, and as that workforce grows, there's more danger associated with the traffic at that entrance and exit, of course, but the traffic signal would be great. If there's any way this board can help with the FDOT folks to convince them to go with their request, I would sure love for us to do that.
I agree. Mr. Brown, you can probably bring some of that to the
Yeah.
attention, because we've had accidents out there with foggy mornings. and-
Yeah, it's
know.
been a long time request.
DOT has their rules on,
Oh, yeah.
and it's their road, so they'll ultimately decide. I don't know whether it would help.
Okay,
or-
so let me ask this, would just a letter of support from our board through our planning department, could we, I'd like to request that.
It probably wouldn't hurt. I don't know if it would help, but it probably wouldn't hurt.
Now, I know their criteria and how they gather their stats and decision they'll make, but I would like to have a supporting letter sent to our local chairman, Secretary Greg Evans.
I agree.
All
I
right?
think that's a good move. Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, I have no comments other than some of you might remember Mr. Ratz that came in here out in Melrose about his road. He-
Attended his funeral yesterday.
He passed away, and I was there Sunday, so he wanted to see that road done, and he got to see it done. So it's what he lived for. So today at 3 o'clock, we have our insurance committee, and at 5:30, our Northeast Florida Road Transportation. If there's nothing else for the good order, the meeting will be adjourned. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you.